Hello, P4 students. Welcome once again in our Math 4 class. And this is Miss Claire. Let's continue our lesson for Chapter 3, Factors and Multiples. In this video, you will learn Lesson 2, Test of Divisibility. Have you heard the word divisibility? Divisibility means if a number can be divided by a smaller number without any leftover or remainder. Okay, people, are you ready? Come on, let's get started. The learning outcome for this lesson is to use knowledge of factors and multiples to understand test of divisibility by 2, 5, 10, 25, 50, and 100. From the previous video, you learned about factors and multiples, right? So those lessons are related to this new lesson. So you have to remember about factors and multiples so it would be easier for you to understand divisibility. Now I have a picture here and a problem. Easy has 50 pencils. She wants to divide them such that each bundle has an equal number of pencils. How can she put them into bundles of 2, 3, 4, or 5 without any remainder? It means, how can she divide 50 by 2, by 3, by 4, or by 5? Can she divide 50 by these numbers without leftover? If you know the answers, you can share that during our class. Okay, is there any other way to divide the 50 pencils into bundles without remainder? Aside from 2, 3, 4, or 5, is there any number that can divide 50? If you know those numbers, children, you can share that during our class. Let's start with test of divisibility by 2. So let's try to find out whether a number is divisible by 2. Ralph has different containers of coins. He wants to know if the coins in each of the containers can be divided by 2, 5, or 10 groups. He looks at the one digit of each number to find out. Take a look. So we have 76, 78, 80, 84, and 82. So look at the ones digit of each number. Ones digit are all even number. So numbers that are even numbers, children, are divisible by 2. So numbers are even numbers if they ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Another, let's try to find the test of divisibility by 5 and 10. So look at this number. It ends with 5, 0, and 0. So once digit is 5 or 0, they are divisible by 5. So 145 can be divided by 5, 120 can be divided by 5, and 200 can also be divided by 5. Now, 120 and 200 both ends with 0. If the ones digit is 0, they are divisible by 10. So, numbers that ends with 0 are divisible by 10 and also they are divisible by 5. But if a number ends with 5, it cannot be divided by 10. Only those ones digit that ends with 0 can be divided by 10. Okay, take note on that. Next, test of divisibility. Think of a number that is divisible by 5 but not 2 and 10. You can share that during our class. The test of divisibility by 5 states that if the digit in the ones place of a number is 5 or 0, they are divisible by 5. A number with the digit 5 in the ones place is not an even number. Remember, even number, the digit in the ones place are 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So, if a number is not an even number, it cannot be divided by 2. Therefore, it is not divisible by 2. 75, 115, 195, and 225 are all divisible by 5 because they ends with 5 in their ones place. This one, 5, 5, 5, and 5. But they are not divisible by 2 and 10. Why? Because they are not even number. Remember, divisible by 2 are those ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8, or the even number. Divisible by 10 are numbers that ends with 0. So, any number with 5 in the ones place meet the criteria for the divisible of 5. Okay, next we have test of divisibility by 25. It means if a number can be divided by 25. Cass has different containers of coins. She wants to know if the coins in each of the containers can be divided by 25, 50, or 100 groups. She looks at the tens and ones digit of each number to find out. So we have 225, it ends with 25. 350, it ends with 50. 175 ends with 75. 600 ends with double zero. Numbers end with 25, 50, 75, or double zeros are divisible by 25. So take note. Each number is a multiple also of 25. So numbers that are multiple of 25 are also divisible by 25. Example, 225, that is 25 times 9. 600 is 25 times 24. So 620 and 225 are divisible by 25, and they are also multiples of 25. Next, the test of divisibility by 50 and 100. Look at the last two digits. We have 50 and double zero. Numbers end with 50 or double zero are divisible by 50. Each number also is a multiple of 50 because 600 is equal to 50 and 200. Now, a number that ends with double zero are numbers that are divisible by 100. They are also multiple of 100. Example, 900. 900 is equal to 100 times 9. So again, a number that ends with double zero are divisible by 100. Numbers that ends with 50 or double zero are divisible by 50. All numbers divisible by 100 are also divisible by 50. But not all divisible by 50 are also divisible by 100. Test of divisibility. Take a look here. This is our summary. A number is divisible by 2 if that is an even number. Means it ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 on the ones digit. It is divisible by 5 if the ones digit ends with 5 or 0. It is divisible by 10 if the ones digit is 0. It is divisible by 25 if the last two digits ends with 25, 50, 75, or double zero. It is also divisible by 50 if it ends with 50 or double zero. And it also divisible by 100 if it ends by or ends with double zero. So these are all about test of divisibility. What is 275 divisible by? Can you find out? 275 is divisible by what numbers? You can choose from 2, 5, 10, 25, 50, and 100. If you know the answers, children, you can share that during our class. Okay, before I have here some numbers. I have 112, 347, 150, 78, and 115. From these five numbers, which of these is only divisible by 10? Again, only divisible by 10. Look for that number and you can give your answer in my question for this video in Google Classroom. Okay, before that's all about lesson 2, test of divisibility for chapter 3, factors and multiples. I will discuss more about this lesson during our class. Thank you for watching, children, and I hope that you learned a lot in this video. Always remember to stay safe and healthy. God bless everyone and have a great day.